Whoa, whoa. What the hell did I just watch? Pride is a terrible thing. Don't make the same mistake I did. Ah, another awesome day of being me. Oh, I've got mail. Let's see here. Dear Mr. Critic, I love your stuff. Would you please review Mesa of Lost Women? I've heard that one's pretty bad, but hey, I'm the critic. I can review anything. The 1950s was the heyday of American science fiction. Of course, that meant that with success also came the hangers-on. Individuals who felt that, hey, I've got some money, a few people on a camera, I'll make my own movie. Examples of how horribly this can go include Pine Life from Outer Space, Manos the Hands of Fate, trust me, don't ask, and today's film, Mesa of Lost Women. This film is bad. I mean, really bad. Let me put it this way. Every time a cliche comes up that shows up in 1,000 other films before, during, and after, take a shot. We'll see if we can make this in a movie before I die of alcohol poisoning.
Strain, the monstrous assurance of this race of puny bipeds with overblown egos. The creature who calls himself man. He believes he owns the earth, and every living thing on it exists only for his benefit. Yet how foolish he is. Consider, even the lowly insect that man trods underfoot outweighs humanity several times, and outnumbers him by countless billions. In the continuing war for survival between man and the hexapods, only an utter fool would bet against the insect. Let a man or woman venture from the well-beaten path of civilization. Let him cross the threshold of the limited intellect, and he encounters amazing, wondrous things, the unknown and terrible. If he escapes these weird adventures with his life, he will usually find he left his reason behind him. Perhaps that is what happened to these two souls, lost in the great Mexican desert. But then, ask yourself, why would anyone trod from the usually well-traveled roads of this modern age, from the luxury of an air-conditioned automobile? It's difficult for our modern world of statistics and electronics to accept miracles. But you could almost call this a miracle, a genuine miracle. Out of hundreds and thousands of square miles of heat and seared wasteland, where the vultures wait for the other vultures to die, an American oil surveyor has chosen to explore this particular terrible corner of the earth, the Muerto Desert, the desert of death. This surveyor can hardly credit his eyes. Perhaps they're only elusive images produced by roasting the optic nerves. But if they do exist, if they are living things from somewhere, one fact is certain. Miracle or not, they will not be living things for long. The Muerto Desert, true to its name, will soon convert them into dead things.
Well, our movie is started with a dramatic music and an overblown narrative. That calls for our first shot. But how did these two end up in the desert in the first place? Well, for that, we're going to have a flashback. And you know what a flashback means? That's right. Another shot.
Nervous systems of insects.
Dr. Masterson?
Dr. Aranya?
I trust your journey was pleasant.
Well, moderately. I must confess, though, that I was a trifle uneasy when your driver headed into the Muerto Desert. But everything seems to have worked out.
The sentimental human mind being what it is, this is the only sort of a place I could find to carry on my work. But I can understand your feelings.
These papers on the anterior lobe of the pituitary and the effects of the specific hormones on other living things. Quite the most remarkable endocrine theories that I've ever read.
Well, thank you, Doctor. Coming from the world's foremost organotherapist, a fine compliment.
That's why I jumped at the chance to come here. Work with you. Examine your theories.
Oh, let us understand one thing, Doctor. These are not theories.
Not theories.
I have successfully proved every point over and over again in my laboratory.
Oh, wait a minute. You want me to believe that you have produced these things by experimentation?
And many more. As you know, I have isolated the growth hormone of the anterior pituitary, the specific substance which controls the growth pattern of human beings.
Yes, it was the subject of one of your papers.
Yes, and with this accomplished, I said to myself, what would the effect be of this hormone or a complete human pituitary being transferred in the body of another creature? I began a series of experiments. Moderate success among the lesser animals, a complete failure among birds. And then, experimenting one day upon the hexapods, I came upon the Theraphosidia family.
A tarantula?
Exactly. The tarantulas began to yield amazing results. They grew as large as human beings. Began developing new reasoning powers. And I found I had the telepathic power to communicate with them. And then I reversed the process, transplanted the control substance of the insect back into the human body. Doctor, observe this girl. I call her Tarantella. She has human beauty and intelligence, still possesses the capacities and instincts of the giant spider.
How do you mean?
She has the indestructibility of the insect. If her body became damaged, if she were to lose an arm or a leg, she could grow a new one. I expect Tarantella may survive for hundreds and hundreds of years.
And what about males?
Well, unfortunately, in the insect world, the male is a puny, unimportant thing. You saw a few of the examples.
The dwarfs.
And so we've got a mad scientist, who has little or no reason for what he's doing and just does it in the name of science, conveniently ignoring biology and anything else that doesn't agree with his theories. That calls for another shot.
I hope you appreciate this opportunity I'm giving you to become a colleague of mine.
No. You can't do these things. You're tampering with the work of the Creator.
Gibberish.
You're evil. This place is like... It must be destroyed. You and all foul things that you've made.
You made a choice, Doctor. A very poor choice. Of course, you know I cannot let you leave this place.
Some way, somehow, I'll find a way to put an end to your ghastly experiments.
And now we've had the overblown "your work is against nature" speech, and that calls for another shot.
Mr. Masterson.
And so the crazy guy escapes from the asylum and goes to a bar. Like all crazy people do after they escape. And he shoots the dancer, which turns out to be that tarantula lady from earlier on, and takes as a hostage some rich guy, his fiancée, and the orderly from the asylum scene who's come to bring him back. That's not good enough for him, though, because he then takes them to where the rich guy has his plane.
All set to go, Phillips?
Sorry, sir, but one of the engines still acting up. Whatever it is, I can't find the part.
It's probably nothing serious. Can't we take off anyway?
No, sir. I can't take that chance.
You're the captain. How much longer do you think...
My dear young man, I want to fly.
You want to...
I've always wanted to fly, and now I will. Sorry, sir, but I'm the one who decides whether we fly or not.
I command, and thou shalt obey.
Is he kidding?
He ain't kidding, mister.
You'd better do as he says.
We fly. Now.
But wouldn't you know it, the plane does in fact break down, and they land right on top of the doctor's lab place in critic-mesa. What are the odds? Another unusual circumstance to keep the plot going, and that means another shot.
It's George. He needs help. I'll go see what happened. Who's right, he doesn't know.
I'm going with you, Grant. Anything's better than to sit here and wait.
May I suggest that we wait here until Phillips find out what happened? You'll be safer here.
Are you concerned about my safety?
George is out there and in trouble. I'll go. Anyone who wants to come along can do so now.
I'd like a stroll before dinner. Since you insist, we all go.
So now we've got these people stuck together in this situation, and they have to have forced character development, even though there's nothing interesting about them. And you just know one guy's gonna go crazy from fear, and that means another shot.
Where's your comb, my dear?
Comb? Oh, I guess I lost it out there somewhere.
But I gave it to you. We must find it. That comb is a valuable heirloom of my family.
What do you mean by we? If you think I'm going out there once more, you're crazy.
I didn't intend you to go. Who will go and look for it?
May I have the light?
Oh, don't be a fool!
He who serves well will also serve in danger.
Who?
The wanderer in the valley of darkness shall have my guidance and protection. Okay, Wu. If you feel that way about it, I won't stop you. But don't hesitate to use that gun. I hope you know how.
There's a day to be born and a day to die.
Aha! So the rich guy cares more about possessions than the lives of anybody else or his fiancée, and that makes him a cliche. And that means it's time for another shot.
You brought Masterson?
Yes, he's here.
Good, we found him at last.
What about the others?
Well, I have something in mind for the girl and the pilot. The other I shall dispose of. What's the matter, Wu?
So the doctor decides to kill the guy who helped him now that he's no longer useful. That's another cliche. And you all know what that means. It's another shot. Well, the doctor knows that the guy he wants is there. So he sent his mutants and the spider ladies and stuff to get our heroes and take them out to the lab.
He'll recover consciousness in a moment or so. Be perfectly sane again. It's unfortunate he left us in such a state before. I understand that he was committed to an asylum, attempted to kill Tarantella.
Grant, look. It's the dancer from the cafe. I saw him kill her.
Amazing the durability of my creations.
Dr. Aranya.
That's Spanish for spider. We meet again, Doctor.
Again? Did I leave here? Yes. I seem to remember vaguely that...
Yes, you escaped just before, Doctor, and you led us a merry chase recovering you.
Why not just kill me? Why bring me back?
Unfortunately, I still need your help. I'll give you one more chance to change your mind.
No, never. Nothing you can do will ever make me a party to this.
Tarantella.
No, you're not going to torture him anymore.
Don't you fool! Fool? I don't think so. Just a few moments, this will explode and destroy you and me and all of your terrible creations.
Doctor, you're a man of science. You wouldn't destroy the greatest achievement of science.
Scientist, yes, but I'm a human being too, and that's where we differ. You two have got a chance. Through that door, down the corridor on the right. Hurry! Who is he? What is this place? A brilliant madman. Hurry, there are only seconds left. What about you? Go down, you go. No! Thing, Aranya. Your creations can grow a new arm or leg, but nothing can survive fire.
So now we've got a cliche where the guy suddenly becomes sane again for no real reason. And he tries to blow up the lab, and our heroes escape in the nick of time. That means another shot.
I've just been telling them our story. They don't buy it.
What do you think he did?
Es verdad. That's the truth.
Now, don't worry about it. You're going to be all right in a couple of days. Just a little too much sun on the bare head. Anybody thinks I'm going to load one of my trucks with oil and send it up on top of a mountain to burn a bunch of imaginary spiders?
Yes, you're right, Dan. Common sense tells you there isn't anything to his story, doesn't it? Giant spiders on a desert mesa. Fantastic. Pepe is just a superstitious native. True, no one has ever been on Cypher Mesa, but it's just like any other bit of tableland. Not a thing different about it. Or, is there?
And our movie ends with a big fancy overblown narration and obvious sequel bait if this thing hadn't been a complete waste of time. That means one last shot. So that was, oh yeah, Mesa Lost Women. How was it? This movie was terrible. The plot makes no sense. The acting is horrible. The way that the voices echo on top of the mesa is supposed to be something about them being on a mesa, but it's really because they're in a tiny little set. And the doctor has no real motivation for what he does. He doesn't, he doesn't even have a, they'll after me and I'm gonna make them pay reason for revenge. This movie was just a stupid attempt to cash in on the 50s craze. I'm gonna give this one complete zip. 0 maple leaves out of 5, because I'm surprised they even bothered to make the plastic that this thing was printed on as a DVD. If you can find it in a store, don't bother to buy it, even if it's like 99 cents. Because this thing was total garbage. I'm suffocating here, critic. I don't see you in Detox. Oh, my head.
I want to fly.